San Cisco are an Australian indie pop band that formed in 2009 under the original name of King George, in Fremantle, Western Australia, Australia. The band are a four-piece, and consists of Jordi Davieson, Josh Biondillo, Nick Gardner and Scarlett Stevens. All members, except Stevens, share duties on keyboards. In November 2011, the band was signed by Albert Productions, but moved to Fat Possum Records for the release of its debut album. In October 2012, the band described its vibe as squelchy, crispy, streamlined, hairy, indie. At the ARIA Music Awards of 2013, the group were nominated for Best Independent Release and Best Dance Release for the album, and Best Video for Fred Astaire, which was directed by Andrew Nowrojee. History. Formation. The three male members of San Cisco attended the same high school, Christian Brothers College in Fremantle, whilst Stevens attended nearby Iona Presentation College. Singer-guitarist Davieson and drummer Stevens have known each other since early childhood. At only 13, Davieson's first band was the Real Life Animators. The band formed in early December 2005, with Albert Loss on lead guitar and vocals, Davieson on rhythm guitar and vocals, Bill Lowry on drums, and Theo Campbell on bass guitar. The band played around Fremantle, supporting other bands such as the Watts and the Flats. Stevens' first performances were in December 2003, at age 10, as the drummer for the rock trio, the Flats, together with Dion Mariani and John Mariani. Meanwhile, Biondillo and Davieson also bonded over a shared interest in skateboarding, the water, and music. Stevens is the daughter of Phil Stevens, who co-founded ARIA Records with both the John Butler Trio and the Waifs, two bands that Phil Stevens also manages. Biondillo has explained, "I started playing guitar when I was in high school, about year 8 or 9, but it was mostly just playing music in my bedroom. So I did that until I met Jordi and then we started jamming together." In late 2009, Davieson, Stevens, and Biondillo started playing music together and were later joined by bass guitarist Gardner. Initially called King George, the band changed its name to San Cisco after surveying friends and fans. According to the band, "There is no link between the city San Francisco and our name San Cisco. The reason we went with San Cisco was because it is nothing like a blank canvas which we were able to sculpt into whatever we wanted." Golden Revolver EP. In late 2010, San Cisco recorded its debut EP Golden Revolver in Perth, Western Australia at Blackbird Studios. The EP's 5 songs were co-produced by Little Birdie drummer Matt Checker and veteran engineer-producer Stephen Schramm. Golden Revolver, the EP's critically acclaimed lead single, received heavy airplay on national Australian radio station Triple J XFM London. DJ Mike Walsh said of Golden Revolver, "If this song was brought to me as the next Vampire Weekend single, I would not be disappointed." The music video for Golden Revolver shows the band sailing along Western Australia's Margaret River on a makeshift boat. The group's second single Girls Do Cry, and a cover of Perth band Tame Impala's 2010 single Solitude Is Bliss are also featured on the EP. Prior to the release of Golden Revolver, San Cisco was profiled in a December episode of Triple J Unearthed. Awkward EP. The band's second EP, Awkward, was released in February 2012 and the concept behind the title song was revealed in a backstage interview with Davieson. "It's a bit of a weird story about a stalker, involving me and Scarlett. It's completely made up." The recording was released through the band's own record label Island City Records, with distribution provided by the MGM Company. The Your Baroque website reported that the EP was well received by the British music press and radio, and that the band had received support from media outlets such as NME, This Is Fake DIY, XFM, BBC Six Music, Absolute Radio, BBC Radio 1 and Amazing Radio. As of April 27, 2013, the music video for Awkward, published on the band's YouTube channel San Cisco Music, had received over 5.6 million views. The video was directed by Andrew Nowrojee. San Cisco. In late 2011, the band was signed by Albert Productions, the home of major Australian acts such as AC/DC and Megan Washington. The label described San Cisco's sound as rough, lo-fi garage pop mixed with bright catchy hooks. However, in September 2012, the band left Albert Productions to join the roster of United States label, Fat Possum Records. A deal that was made in partnership with ARIA Records for the release of its debut album San Cisco in all territories, except for Australia, on November 23, 2012. In Australia, the band made the decision to release the album, together with the singles Wild Things, and Fred Astaire, through Island City Records. The band is the first ever Australian act to be signed to the Fat Possum label. Other bands on the Fat Possum roster are the Black Keys, Spiritualized, Townes Van Zandt and Dinosaur Jr. The label has provided the following description of the band on its website: in a year of viral mega hits from Down Under, a ground of four youthful musical friends have reached the upper echelons of the Australian pop charts with an intoxicating earworm of a song called Awkward. If you were wondering what might be the song of the four, you'll find it right here. In response to a question regarding the band's deal with Fat Possum, the band exclaimed, "Awesome! Fat Possum is amazing. We unregistered trademark all stoked to be a part of the label." A music video for Wild Things, the first single release from the band's debut album, was published on the band's YouTube channel on October 16, 2012 and was directed by Casimir Burgess. The single was also previewed on the website of national Australian radio station Triple J. A bonus song is also featured on the debut album. Entitled John's Song, the song consists solely of Davieson's vocals and guitar. San Cisco recorded a cover version of the Daft Punk song Get Lucky for the Like a Version segment of national Australian radio station Triple J on May 30, 2013. The band uses slap bass and bongo drums for their rendition and also incorporate the NERD song Hypnotize You. Gracetown. In late 2013 the band stated in an interview that they plan to release a new album soon. San Cisco released their sophomore album, Gracetown, on March 6, 2015, the title of which was inspired by Gracetown, a small coastal town in Western Australia. In early March, immediately prior to the release of the album, bass player, Nick Gardner accidentally shot himself in the foot when rabbit shooting at a friend's farm near Collie. As a result, he missed the band's tour of the United States and Mexico, promoting the new album. Awards and accolades. In the Triple J Hottest 100 countdown for 2011, Awkward was voted into the 7th position and represented the band's first ever Hottest 100 appearance. The song Awkward also won the Most Popular Single, and Most Popular Music Video awards at the 2012 Western Australian Music Industry Awards. Awkward was certified gold by the ARIA Accreditations 2012. The band was also nominated for an Unearthed J Award in November 2011. In December 2012, Triple J announced that the station's listeners had voted San Cisco into the number 10 position in the listeners' Top 10 Albums poll. In the 2012 Hottest 100, the singles Wild Things and Fred Astaire were voted into positions 53 and 48, respectively. At the ARIA Music Awards of 2013, the group were nominated for Breakthrough Artist, Release, Best Independent Release and Best Dance Release for their debut album, and Best Video for Fred Astaire, which was directed by Andrew Nowrojee. Touring. As Golden Revolver continued to gain popularity, San Cisco performed at numerous festivals throughout 2011, such as Adelaide's Fuse Festival, Big Sound in Brisbane, the Melbourne, Victoria leg of the St Jerome's Laneway Festival, the Pyramid Rock Festival on Victoria's Phillip Island, Pete's Ridge Festival in New South Wales' Glenworth Valley, and the Western Australian stops of the Big Day Out and the Groove in the Moo festivals. The band has also supported established Australian acts, such as The Greats, Jeep Dyer and Architecture in Helsinki, and made appearances on the Australian version of Balcony TV and 3 News. Prior to the release of its debut album, the band completed its first European tour in October 2012 and appeared at the CMJ Festival that is held in New York, US. Writing for the Bullet website, Lou Kunal presented the band's CMJ showcase in a positive light. better off not planning to do anything and hope you accidentally stumble across something you didn't. Unregistered trademark T. Know you want to see and avoid disappointment. Fat unregistered trademark S. What happened last night? I found an Australian band called Cisco playing, and against all odds, their breezy indie charms something of a cross between Vampire Weekend and Arctic Monkeys, put the first smile on my face of the night. On January 29, 2013, the band began its first U.S. tour, opening for the Vaccines at the Paradise Rock Club in Boston, Massachusetts. Cisco recently started touring Europe as the opening act for Darwin Deez and Kaelis Slavic. On July 16, 2013, the band began a headlining North American tour in Boston, Massachusetts with opening acts Super Cute and Small Pools. The tour will consist of 18 concerts in American and Canadian cities. In anticipation of the UK release of their self-titled album, the band began their UK tour on August 19, 2013 in Southampton at the Joiners venue. The album was released on October 7, 2013 and the final date of the tour was October 17 in London. Influences: the band has identified Management, The Flaming Lips and Vampire Weekend as influences on its songwriting and, as of January 2011, Stevens worked in a record store, a connection that the band members have explained creates new influences and ideas, which we can apply to our own music. Other projects: Stevens is responsible for the backing vocals on the Bob Evans song Go, from his fourth album Familiar Stranger. She is also the drummer for the Ghetto Crystals, a new post-grunge project featuring her and guitarist-vocalist Doug May. She also featured on Australian rapper Illy's song Tightrope. Band members: Jordi Davieson guitar, vocals, keys, Josh Biondillo guitar, vocals, keys, synthesizers, Nick Gardner bass guitar, keys, Scarlett Stevens drums, vocals. Discography Studio albums EPs singles References. External links: official website, Cisco's channel on YouTube. To the first, the template YouTube user is being considered for deletion. Cisco on tone deaf.